Hey everyone, this is Moritz from Wolkify.com. Once again shooting a video about personal growth and self-development. So check it out. So I figured what I want to talk about today is a buzzword that's been going around in the online community of personal growth, self-development. Everybody's talking about it, all the personal growth gurus are talking about it, there's books being written about it, it's in everyone's mouth. So I figured I'm gonna give you my take on it today. The word I'm talking about is mentors. Mentors and mentorship is something that is crucial for everyone's success when they're just starting out, when they're first getting into the field that they're passionate about and they don't know shit about shit. Let's be honest, when you start out with something new, you're not very experienced, you certainly don't have the network to fall back on, you really have no one to help you make it in this world. Especially if you're choosing a career path that is a little bit outside the norm, when you want to succeed in a field where there's no clear-cut path, so to say. If it's not enough to just graduate from college and then get like your entry position in a big corporation, then it's really difficult nowadays to know what you're gonna be doing, what you have to be doing in order to make a living, in order to be successful, in order to really live up to your fullest potential. So what certainly can help, and what a lot of very wise people have been emphasizing before me, I mean, just go on YouTube and type in mentorship or mentee, mentor. There's a lot of material out there already. So what these people have been emphasizing is the importance of learning from somebody who has already been down the path that you want to be going down. So if you have a clear idea which path is the right for you, you have to look out for people who already went down this path successfully and who can share their knowledge, who can share the lessons they've learned with you. Now, this is easier said than done, of course. Usually these people who have been down a certain path successfully are, as it is already implied, very successful. So they have very little time, they're very busy, a very tight schedule, and they really don't have a lot of interest in taking care of somebody who's just starting out, just like you maybe. So what is their incentive to get into helping you in the first place? Well, first of all, people who have a lot of experience in a certain field and who have just worked so hard to get to where they are nowadays are actually very passionate about sharing their ideas, sharing their thoughts and sharing their experiences. You notice that pretty much every successful person either has written a book themselves in their life, about their life, or had a person write a book about them. They really care about sharing and passing on the knowledge that they have accumulated. So don't be too afraid to just ask them for it. Just go, maybe hit them up on Twitter or Facebook. Nowadays it's easier than ever to get into contact with these people. All these people have a website where you can contact them online. So it's really not as hard as it used to be to get into contact with these people in the first place. Especially because these people have their own incentive. They really and genuinely care about what they're doing, and they care about passing it on to the next generation, maybe making it a little bit easier for the next generation than it was for them. But of course that's not gonna be enough. If you want to approach somebody who's highly successful, who has a lot of experience, who's maybe very popular in mainstream culture, a lot of people are gonna approach that person for advice. A lot of people are gonna have the same vision that you have, and you have to stand out somehow. So how do you do that? Well, this is particularly tricky because you at first glance have nothing to bring to the table. You don't have money, you don't have experience, you don't have important contacts. You really have nothing to provide to these already very successful people that would make them more interested in getting in touch with you. So what you can do though is a couple of things. First of all, be passionate. Show that you love what they're doing. Show that you're sharing the same passion, and show that you're willing to do whatever it takes to succeed on that path that they have been down. Secondly, be positive, be outgoing, be enthusiastic, just bring a positive vibe. This is actually something that a lot of these very successful possible mentors might be lacking. I mean, they have a very tight schedule usually, they're maybe a little bit overworked, and sometimes they lack a bit of that like free-flowing mind. They lack a little bit of just the drive that you have when you're just starting out. You know, you're not so stuck in a rut as they might be. So this is certainly something that you can help them out with. Just bring a positive attitude, have a go mentality, be ready to really grind hard, be ready to really put in the work, and always convey that mentality. Show that you're willing to do all that with a positive attitude. Show that you're willing to contribute to whatever your mentor is working on. So these are two things that everybody can do. Everybody is able to do that. And if you're willing to do that, and if you're willing to actually put your needs aside at the very beginning, not be needy, not be taking all the time, not wanting all the knowledge and advice right away, but instead just offer free workforce, just offer free support for these people, they're gonna be a lot more willing to hear you out at least. And then once you got to know them a little bit better, maybe you've worked on a few projects with them, obviously for free, you have really helped them out with a couple of things, then it might be the right time to bring up a question or two that you might have about the profession and that your mentor can help you with. So these are my takes on mentorship. I think it's hugely important to learn from as many people as possible, inside and also outside of your profession. It's so necessary to just learn from people who are a lot more accomplished than you are, and maybe also the people that you surround yourself in your day-to-day life. It's so important to have these people in your life that are just so vastly successful that is almost beyond your capacity to even think of you getting to that point at some point. But you need these kind of people in your life to have that kind of inspiration in your life. It's important to know that it's possible. It's important to not give up faith just because nobody in your close circle of friends has accomplished that yet. Also, if you're like in your mid-20s as I am and you're starting out, look at people who are 20 years older, 30 years older, and look how much you can accomplish if you just give it time. That's something very valuable that you learn from mentors, and that's something irreplaceable. You cannot substitute that with anything else. Now, I'm gonna shoot a quick second video. I'm gonna end this one here now, but I'm gonna shoot a second video where I talk about how to get advice from mentors if you actually don't meet them in real life. If you don't get the chance to hang out with them in real life, if they're for whatever reason are not willing to meet you, or maybe you're just living in a remote tiny city in the middle of nowhere and you have no chance to meet one of the big shots, I'm gonna give you a tip how you can learn from them anyway. But that's for another video. I'm gonna post it up here where the sun is. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time.